it's a risk since I suck at cooking, but right into town we go to read this book and realize all its deep secrets. More treasure chests, eh? There's one. Two. Actually, we'll just abandon it.
From what we heard in Iseult, demons are attacking villages, and more people are growing upset with the Abbey. So I hadn't expected things in Haria village to be so laid back.
They might be on their best behavior because you're accompanied by an exorcist.
Huh. I didn't know you could see the world in more than just black and white.
The Abbey wouldn't entrust my responsibilities to someone who couldn't see beyond the surface. I have seen many things in my work. I've beheld both the light and the darkness in the world of men. Despite that, no, because of that, I won't turn away from the wrongs that I encounter. Moreover, I have faith. I believe there is good in all our souls.
The darkness, huh?
Yes, like you.
You're awfully direct.
Oh, see number 3. And 4. Ooh. Chunk of change. Should we really be trading our traditions for a bit of security? Listen to yourself. What use are traditions if you're not alive to enjoy them? Gotcha there. You're travelers. If you're looking for a place to stay, the big building by the sea is it. Well, what exactly did you expect from a village like this? I have no idea. Nope.
I can't deal with this anymore.
What's the matter?
Everyone's sick of all these fruit-flavored gels, right? So, I made gels using the giant cacao beans only found here on this island. It gave them a nice bitter chocolate taste. But people complained that they weren't avant-garde enough. Ugh, chocolate-flavored gels, how prosaic, bah! This got me fuming! So I caught some maiden bonita fish you find around here, ground them up, and made some gels with them.
You put fish into chocolate gels?
Well, people do braise meat with chocolate. Chocolate and fish may go surprisingly well together.
Exactly! It was the discovery of a century. The bonito flakes crunchiness and the gel's gumminess made for an exquisitely bad combo, which made it interesting.
So if you made an innovative new type of gel, why are you so angry?
That's exactly my problem. I outdid myself. Now I need to make my Gels World debut as amazing as they are. So I thought up the ultimate plan.
And that is?
I'll put my Chacanito gels in toilets all over the world. I'll call it the Great Chacanito Toilet Gambit. No one will go to the bathroom without finding my gels. I think everyone will have a lot of fun. So, genius, right?
Yeah, it's weird, but I think it's funny too.
Right? I knew that kids would get it.
Who's a kid?
But all the adults in my village called it silly and lowbrow. They forbade me from selling my Chaconito gels at all. Isn't that just horrible?
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Aw, man. Things used to be so much better. Mom would make me dinner, and all I had to do was goo 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 ga, and everyone would smile and praise me. I don't want to become the kind of grown-up who can't find any fun in looking for gels in toilets.
Gels belong in the toilet. You agree with me, right? I mean, it's a marketing strategy. But I mean, just speaking for myself, if I rolled up to a toilet and it's got something just chilling in it, you flush. You don't go, "Ooh, what is this sweet product I found in my toilet?" Maybe we should ask the Abbey to help search. If we start sniffing around my mom, it could end up making matters worse. And nothing. Hello. This is bad. Another day I've come home empty-handed. You used to just cast a couple of nets and come back with a full boat. How could this be happening? Overfishing, you know, probably. You know, damaging nature. But, you know, nothing we've done. Just, you know, normal run-of-the-mill problems. Hello. We don't get many visitors here. I'm not sure why you've come, but there's nothing much of interest here. So, don't get many visitors, and then you question your one visitor, like, I don't know why the hell you'd come here. There's nothing here. That's your problem for visitors. Can I do it? Yes, I can. I found a cat. And nothing. Howdy.
We could use a place to stay. Any rooms open?
Yep. Just finished cleaning, in fact. You can help yourself to that room there.
All right, time to start deciphering this scroll.
Let's wait somewhere outside so Grim can concentrate.
Do you think maybe I could stay and watch? I really do want to study the ancient tongue. I promise I'll be quiet and not get in your way, teacher.
What did you just say, child?
That I'd be quiet and...
No, what did you call me?
Teacher? You said you didn't want to be called ma'am, so I thought maybe that'd work.
Yes, satisfactory. All right. I'll teach you how to read Ancient Avarost.
Thank you so much, teacher!
We'll leave you two alone then. Let us know if anything comes up.
Whoa. All the people to talk to on this map.
Do you plan on just giving up? Palamedes is Amenoch's temple. The priestess isn't the only one whose job it is to protect that temple. It's the duty of everyone born in this village.
Why did the Abbey need Aminoch's temple badly enough to risk causing this much unrest?
But how will we protect our village from the demons if the Abbey abandons us? Besides, we won't be able to do business with the people of Isolt anymore.
Our faith in Aminoch has nothing to do with the demons. When the priestess gets back, I'm going with her to protest.
The demon blight changed everything. Will we never be able to return to the way things were?
The way things were.
Probably not. Oh no. There we go. I miss the old days. You remember the festivals for Aminoch, don't you? Miss how Mahina led us in singing and dancing all night. Those days are gone. Now it's time for us to follow the rules of the Abbey. Please don't do anything rash. You know.
It sounds like deciphering the text might take some time.
We should be prepared to wait it out here a while. Hopefully it'll all be worth it in the end.
I hope so too. But ancient Avarost is complex. It's not just a matter of knowing the grammar and vocabulary.
Oh? Then how exactly do you read it?
I'm not sure about the specifics myself, but from what I understand, you kind of have to intuit a lot of it.
A language based on guesswork? Thanks, old dead people. You're officially the worst.
I'm not sure if it's decipherable, but we'll have to try. It's making it sound like a team effort while he's sitting on the beach there.
Banning local religions. The Abbey sure knows how to oppress the populace.
I'd imagine that comes part and parcel with spreading the good word. Other gods would only get in the way.
From what we overheard, it sounds like they've taken over Aminoch's temple, Palamedes, to use as their base of operations.
Sealing it off would be provocative enough. But straight up taking it over? Not a lot of so-called reason to that. Unless... Do you think they need it for some other purpose?
Shrug.
Way back in ancient times, people everywhere worshipped the elemental Empyreans, including Aminoch. But I guess things go in and out of fashion for gods and humans alike. I mean... Could be what she wants to show him. Or she just doesn't translate that part and be like, I don't know what they're saying there. Or, you know, maybe we should introduce number 2 to all these things. Can't hide him forever.
Listen, I don't know what they told you in Isolt, but our village has its own traditions. This village is under the divine protection of the Empyrean Aminoch. For unbroken centuries, a line of his priestesses have guided us. They're tasked with performing the sacred rites of worship. And sometimes, they even deliver us his words and will.
And there's still a priestess today?
Of course. And her daughter is training to become our next priestess. Although, I sometimes feel they push themselves too hard. Both mother and daughter are giving their all for Haria. But the Abbey doesn't care about any of that. And they stole our temple from us.
By force?
An exorcist named Teresa came and heard us out. But from the very beginning, she always intended on taking our temple. Her words may have been kind, but that doesn't change the fact that she demanded that we worship her god, Inominat. In all the years we've worshipped Aminoch, not once did we ever try to force others to adopt our beliefs.
Why haven't I seen this priestess she's talking about?
All Mahina did was try to defend the freedom and traditions of her village. I mean, yeah, I can respect that. But just because you guys never did something doesn't mean the other religions are going to play that nice. What's up?
So she digs being called teacher. Well played, Laphicet.
She wasn't so fond of ma'am, so I guess he figured he needed an alternative.
You can tell how badly he wanted to help her with the languagey work. I think our Malak boy's finally finding himself.
So it would seem.
Humans and Malachim are really the same. Sounds pretty strange coming from a demon like me, huh? Ha ha ha. Hello, last person to talk to.
What connection connection do you think there is between the violent demon Teresa mentioned and this village?
Couldn't tell you.
Could there have been a demon blight breakout here? This village doesn't look like it's been attacked, but...
Whatever it is. If it keeps the Abbey's eyes off us for once, that's good enough for me.
You really will use anything and everything towards your own aims, won't you?
Yep, and that includes you. As I'm sure you've noticed. Oh, ancient Avarost. You have the obstinacy of a spurned lover who refuses to move on.
Even for you, teacher?
It's this one crucial line. I can't wrap my head around it.
Well, from what you've taught me so far, it looks like it says... Sa, Popo, Mucho, Sanchon.
Correct, but if you merely translate it word for word, it ends up saying, the parent hates tomatoes, the child eggplants.
I doubt those have much to do with Innominat. Yeah.
Their grammar is nothing like ours. Sometimes you have to reorder the words, and even then the meaning can require leaps of logic and flashes of intuition.
Reordering? So like... San-san, Pocho Pocho, Pocho Musan, Pocho Musan. Can you read it that way?
Pocho Musan. Now where did you get that from?
These words are lined up, like they repeat. And when I read this part that same way, it just felt right.
Pocho Musan. If that's repeated here, then the passage turns into... the Nameless Empyrean.
Empyrean!
Ho ho, that has to refer to Innominat. I think we're on to something. Alright, so if we apply this rule here, then... It would seem to be a book of children's counting songs.
It's not about Innominat?
What matters is what the song says, child. And I think you will be very interested in the words. I wonder if they've made any progress yet.
Shall we go check on them?
I'm sure they've made progress. Let's go see their progress. Oh, hello. We can't offer the latest modern amenities, but nothing beats the sound of waves to lull you to sleep, which you can hear greatly thanks to the hole in the wall. Ta-da!
Well, any results? Yes. Well, thanks to the boy here. As it turns out, he has quite the knack for languages.
Whoop whoop.
Only because I've got the best teacher.
Careful, honey tongue. You'll give this old girl ideas. Huh? Now, child, I'm sure they're curious about the song we unearthed. Why don't you read it aloud?
Yes, teacher.
Song?
8-headed is the lord of the land, with 7 mouths to devour malevolence. Through pulses of earth doth base nature's flow, as he awaits the time of awakening. 4 Empyreans may tear him asunder, but so long as there is one receptive to divine power, Therians shall be forever reborn, in sight of the full crimson moon. The nameless Empyrean hath one heart. The nameless Empyrean hath one body.
Therians? Essentially, this ancient text you found is an annotated volume of drawings and songs pertaining to Innominat. annotated? Then hurry up and just tell us what it means.
I'm sorry. So far, we've only figured out how to read the song lyrics.
All right.
I take it we're still in for a good long wait before it's thoroughly decrypted.
Likely so, but if we want to find out what the Abbey is up to, we need to know what's in this book, no matter how long it takes.
What the Abbey's up to, is it? I think we can learn much, even from the lyrics alone. The drawings depict him with 8 heads. One of them belongs to his main body, but the other 7 are his mouths. Those mouths consume malevolence, sending it along Earth pulses back to that main body so he can awaken. The 7 monsters fitting that description are called...
Therians.
Right. Now as for this malevolence, I have no idea what that means.
What about the second part?
I haven't studied much ancient history, but it said this world was created by 4 Empyreans: Earth, Water, Wind, and Fire. But they also call Innominat an Empyrean. Perhaps a war broke out between Innominat and the other Empyreans that resulted in him being sealed away.
But if there is someone to connect with this divine power, the Therians will keep spawning. And just like that, Innominat will be revived. If we assume that Shepherd Artorius fits that bill, and that he's trying to reawaken Innominat, everything lines up.
Which means our job is to find these Therians and cut off Innominat's heads, so to speak.
But where do we even start looking for them?
Remember, the song states that the Therians in Innominat's body are connected through Earth pulses. If their job is to feed Innominat, the most effective place to position them would be at the Earth pulse points.
Points?
The places where the power of Earth pulses is concentrated.
Places with that sigil. Hey, remember the barrier that was keeping this bug in the forest?
Wait, are you trying to say that thing's a Therian? And yet, it would explain why the Abbey was keeping it locked up.
And there was that same barrier at the villa, too.
That's right. Do you suppose that was also a Therian? Does that mean the Therians all come in different forms?
Should we go to Logres and check?
We've just started deciphering the book. I'd hate to lose time on some fool's errand. I'd rather know at least a little more about what's in it before we make a move.
Something bothering you, Grim?
This line. The one about Therians being forever reborn.
I just felt the same thing as I did in Warg Forest.
The needle's pointing in the direction of Amenoch's temple, Palamedes. Do I recall hearing that the Abbey took that over?
Temples and ritual sites are often built on places thought to be rich in spiritual energy. Could the temple possibly be an Earth pulse point?
There's lots of Earth pulse points scattered all over the world. If there's only 7 Therians, most of them will be empty.
It's not like we have any better leads. If there's even a chance, shouldn't we go check it out?
Better than sitting around waiting on the book. If nothing else, we'll find out what Laphicet is sensing. Just a theory, but if you were to kill a Therian... What? I guess there's only one way to find out. Never mind. Good luck out there.
Yeah, I guess I ignored the whole Birdie turning the priest back. It's whatever. They'll remember later because plot. Hey, did you get any exorcist cards? I sell so quick that they're hard to come by, but I did find one for you. Here. Yes, time to open up and... Ugh, a rank 1 Bienfu? Got my hopes up for nothing. Bean. Do-do-do-do-do. Alrighty. You don't understand. We have nothing to do with the priestess. The past is the past. We now seek the blessing of the Empyrean Inominath. Bleh. There's an abbey camp at Palamides, beyond the village far gate. But to get there, you have to pass through all the perils of Mana and Reef. It's no trip for ordinary folk. Do I look like ordinary folk? Whoa, outsiders. Weird. I wish I could show Kamoana. I'm sure she would have been happy. Where did she go anyway? Whoop. Wasn't a bad deal. We gave up the temple, but now this little village is protected. I know that, but that might also be the reason that Mahina and her daughter disappeared. Man, it's always religion. Get you every time.
Who are you?
The innkeeper's daughter. I happened to overhear you all talking about going to Palamides and...
Mm-hmm.
Did you report us to the Abbey?
Report? But you already have an exorcist with you.
If you have any business, talk with her then.
I'm Eleanor Hume, an exorcist with the Abbey. How might I be of service?
I want you to look for someone.
Oh, really?
A mother and her child went to visit the Abbey grounds, but they haven't returned.
They've both gone missing?
Yes. The mother's name is Mahina. She's a priestess of Aminoch. And her little daughter's name is Kamoana.
Hold on. If she's a priestess of Aminoch...
Right. Ever since the Abbey booted her out from the temple, she's been regularly going back to make her objections heard. But one day, she never returned home. And now her daughter has disappeared too.
Accidentally, of course.
I can only assume that she went to go look for her mother.
And you believe they're being held at the temple?
Oh no, ma'am. I just can't imagine Mahina would abandon her daughter like that. Kamoana is next in line to succeed her, so she's had a strict upbringing, but her mother truly loves her. Please forgive Mahina for her protests. I was just hoping you could use the Abbey's resources to track them down.
I will do everything in my power to find them.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Like Kamoana, I grew up with only my mother as family. I can't help but worry for them.
And you...
Of course.
Let's be off, Miss Exorcist.
Are you guys not thinking there's foul play here? Like, anyone?
Take a look at this.
One side was having a problem with some people, and then they just disappeared, and the problem was solved?
I knew this would be big.
Nice.
What a treasure!
The Yggdrasil goddess statue. A statue pulled up from the Exsphere Sea, depicting a beautiful goddess. The figure is imbued with a mysterious energy that causes it to gradually move over time. Nice. What was unyielding again? Right. Turn loses into wins. Get out there, ship. Like, seriously, does that girl not realize she asked me to use the power of the people that the mother and daughter were basically...
Eleanor, what's your game here?
The mother and daughter, you mean? That's on me. I'll search for them myself.
I don't care about that.
Well, what then?
Why are you actively helping us decipher the book, when we're using it to thwart the Abbey's plans?
You think I might be deliberately misleading you? Laying a trap of some sort for you all?
Are you?
I think you're a lot of things, Demon. But foolish is not one of them. I want to know the truth. I want to know what Lord Artorias is trying to accomplish. And there's something happening in the world right now. I want to know what it is. Unfortunately, little old Eleanor has never been deemed trustworthy enough to be given such information. So, my only option is to find out for myself.
You've got the soul searching down at least.
The Abbey and your band of rogues follow two different paths. But something tells me either will lead me to the same destination.
And so you don't see any need to lie to us?
Exactly.
And what'll you do if those truths don't line up cleanly with what you believe?
I'm not sure yet.
As honest an answer as any. Either way, it looks like you'll be working with us for the near future.
Yes, for now.
Hey, could I ask you something?
What is it?
About the Therians. I've heard you call yourself a Therian before. Is there any particular insight you have about them?
No, none. Artorias said I was one, that's all.
And that doesn't bother you?
Does it bother you?
Nope, not at all. If you're not worried, then neither am I.
I'm surrounded by freaks. But was that truly the reason Ceres chose me?
I mean, technically we were stuck behind a seal.
Velvet keeps picking on Madame Eleanor. They're total opposites, so I know they're just gonna clash sometimes, but Velvet takes it too far!
You really think they're totally opposite?
If Madame Eleanor is a white lily, then Velvet is a black rose. If Madame Eleanor is a soaring Pegasus, then Velvet is a wolf in the shadows. If Madame Eleanor is a plate of spaghetti carbonara, Velvet is squidding noodles with seaweed.
I don't follow you completely, but I think I get the point.
I'm sure you understand. The two have nothing at all in common. And since they don't share anything in common, some fighting now and then just can't be helped.
Well, they both have beautiful hair.
Okay, but we're talking a noble exorcist and an aloof demon.
Eleanor sometimes treats you coldly. And Velvet has helped me more times than I can count.
Madame Eleanor gives herself fully to the salvation of others, but Velvet is bent solely on revenge.
That means they're both motivated by thoughts of others.
How is the cheerful and talkative Madame Eleanor at all the same as the brooding, taciturn Velvet?
Both of them talk to me when it's just the two of us together.
You're just trying to be contrary.
I'm only telling you what I've experienced.
Actually, I feel that Madame Eleanor isn't really reaching out to me.
It's all right if Eleanor doesn't want to talk to you. I'm here for you, Bienfu. You aren't alone.
That just makes me feel lonelier.
Oh,
you two
Bienfu.
are opposites yourselves.
Huh?
What? Both are Shotacons. Eh. Both of them like to talk to number two when they've got him alone. Ooh. That poison.
Rise, arise, ascending, angels!
Modest, too. Very modest. A lovely seashell.
Don't get careless.
Is anyone lower than that? Nope. I feel this game's leading up that I have to die. Getting some real Harry Potter vibes here. Oh. Just like with like the Horcruxes. Oop. Oh, okay, that's where it was. Ah.
Killing flash, but I'm this close. I won't miss. Form zero.
Well, that about does it.
And that's like probably the reason we are kept around and stored. Potentially.
Everyone ready to play?
I saw it. Hello. What happened to the fluffy cat outfit? Well, I took it off for a scene. Because everybody's like, you should watch this scene without it. And then I've just kind of kept it off.
Cut down anyone in my way.
And yeah.
Always ready to fight.
And then if you're like wondering story-wise what happened, I mean, in this game, it's basically religion killed everything. I know, I'm gonna get a sunburn, probably, showing all this skin. But, you know. Hello, Lady Hawk.
I was amazing, wasn't I?
Paper sheets out of fluoride grind into their fibers. You don't have to worry about tan lines if you wear the same outfit all the time and never change. No one will ever see your tan lines.
I challenge you.
Yep, yep.
Stop fooling around.
But I'm serious about my fooling around.
So knowledge is best kept secret. These papers must be shown to anyone. Ooh. I mean, potentially demons can. The tricky part is no one in this game seems to have tanned, and we do have a human witch with us, and they haven't tanned. So maybe people just don't tan here? Classified breaking into prison for a crime I didn't commit, but you did commit a crime getting out of the prison. That's the right way to go. Hold on. I feel like that is a horrible use of a witch's time to learn how to cast a no-tan sunburn charm. I'm sure there's better spells to learn. Just throwing that out there. Like, I mean, seriously, could you imagine if you ever had that happen? You ran into, like, Merlin or something, and he's like, I am almighty and powerful. It's like, what can you do? Be like, I can make it so you don't tan or get sunburned. Like, wow. Wow. And Maggie Lou is, did learn some friendly charms. There's the dove trick. Coo. Well, I mean, it technically, we assume that everyone else is able to jump. Normally, if everyone couldn't jump, then putting jump in a spell slot don't look too stupid. You'd be the only person that can jump. You could, like, indirectly make a living out of that.
Try as they might, it won't change anything.
Belt ornamented with amphibole. Improves proficiency. Gain for velvets. That's a joke. Well, I mean, there you have it. Guess you gotta
On to battle.
do that. Hey, Lesris. Yeah, as Lady Hawk said, it's basically our buddy's band. And we're being nice and supporting him. It's gonna be a long day for me because I'm not a big Pink Floyd person. But my buddy's in it, so it's kind of like, gotta support him. What, Lori? 28, 27? This probably isn't suicide.
That's a biggie.
32. I may have just made a mistake. Maybe. Ah. Sure they do. Scooching around. Ooh. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Yep.
Disgraceful. I don't believe this.
Died again.
Disgraceful.
But I'm this close. I won't miss. Form zero.
Just gonna scooch over here. I wanna drop some, of course you put a healing circle over there. Do you wanna drop another heal? Oh, thanks. That works. It's literally dead.
It was a close one, but I am
Just
the
had to get one more KO in on me. Why is he wearing a dress? It's not a dress. Grants a random skill that can allow souls to be retained when performing a break soul on hard mode or above. I don't know how to answer that for you. Why is he wearing a dress? I ran into a dire foe earlier. It was horrible. Dang near died. I ran.
Guess it's time to fight.
Hey, check out his sweet dress. Dire foes are not fun. See how there's a distinct leg spots?
Your style is really unique.
Chickens and
Just
dire
wait till I pull out
chickens.
the good stuff.
Yep. That's the perfect reference right there. Stop it. Bad snake.
Right then, let's finish this.
That's amazing. Block first.
Worth my time.
Break Soul Static Force. Hold RT with 3 or more souls during Divided Pain to activate. This ability extends the duration of Divided Pain and for 4 seconds prevents status ailments on enemies from ending. Increases enemy stagger time and slows the speed at which enemies fall down, allowing the party to chain combos with arts that normally aren't able to chain together. See, one of these days I actually need to sit down and play Skyrim. It's one of those games that I've started like a handful of times, modded the living heck out of,
This
but
rocky
never
shore
beat.
just keeps going. Just don't step on any sea slugs, okay?
Why not? What's the big deal?
It's just that it isn't pretty. Their insides squish everywhere.
Yikes. That sounds pretty traumatizing.
Then again, if you pickle their innards, it makes for a great snack.
You eat them?
Oh, don't be a baby. You've had worse.
Forget the sea slugs. Try not to step on the coral.
Good point. Coral is alive and needs our protection.
Or maybe it's because some of it can be sold for jewelry.
I didn't mean either of those reasons. Although Manon appears similar to Maclear Beach, it was formed by a completely different process.
Now that you mention it, this area is covered by rocks.
Maclear is just your average seashore, but Manon here was made by the slow corrosion of seaside caves.
They were worn away by the waves?
That too, but mainly, it was the handiwork of a rock-eating species of coral, known as ravening table coral. Stay in contact long enough, and they'll melt your flesh right off.
Ah, so that's why it tingles every time I touch the coral.
Why didn't you warn us earlier?
You have shoes on. Yeah, apparently you can beat Skyrim, and I feel... I feel like I have literally no excuses to actually beating that game, because A, it came out forever ago, and B, it's literally on everything. It's on, like, computers. Whoa, no, Stakey Boys.
Always be on guard.
Skyrim VR. See, to play Skyrim VR, I think I need the VR side of things. Alright, powers up the wearer against Undead. Skyrim Extra Special Edition. Thanks for kindly waiting for me to open this chest. The jukes! Oh my gosh! No! No! Good lordy.
Take a look at
Face is
this.
cute.
Quitting is the same as
Ah.
defeat.
Good thing I had unyielding, otherwise that would have just been awful. Ooh. I'll go there again.
Scout ship.
Sneaking in for a bird attack.
Here I come.
The lady's face. I was looking at the part where she was trying to eat me.
Yes, yes, I know. I'm incredible.
Well, you're something. Dodge the sneaky boys. Nope. Nope. I swear, this game, when they were making it, every time with Tales games, it's like, I'd like to take a direct route for 500. Who is? What is this chunk?
on guard.
I mean, they could have just drawn a little line right across there, you know? I'm losing all my health. Gonna die. Gonna die. I wanna fire a heal over. Oh, it got me to 57. A little more heals, guys. Nothing. To myself.
Not bad.
You too.
I wonder what would happen if you actually killed every single monster in this game on your way. I feel like even the game makers of any of these types of games never expect anyone to ever just attack everything.
Laffy said, have you been taking care of that rhino stag roast like a good boy? Of course. I make sure to feed it every night before I go to sleep, since it's nocturnal. How long are you going to keep on calling it a rhino stag roast? I don't know. It's a new kind of beetle, so it's gonna be hard to tell if it's really a rhino or a stag. You're asking a lot of questions. Bienfu, do you like bugs? Duh! I love rhinoceros and stag beetles both! What guy doesn't find them fascinating? Right? So which kind of beetle do you think it is? Rhino or stag? Oh, that's a tough question. But guess what? Miss Mogulu taught me a surefire way to tell.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know there was a way to tell. Yeah, but if I do it, you gotta name it after me, alright? Come on! What guy doesn't wish he had a cool bug named after himself, right? And besides, Miss Mogulu told me that this technique is so good that it's only fair to have a bug named after you in return. So what do you say, man to man? Come on, let's live the dream! Oh, all right. How can I say no to that? Besides, we all did work together to capture it anyway. Yay! Thanks, Laffy Set. All right, show me the bug, and I'll tell you what it is. Miss Mogulu says you need to open up its outer wings and get a good whiff of the thin underwings.
Sounds like a horrible idea.
I'm pretty sure I remember rhinoceros and stag beetles smelling really nasty under their wings.
Is it really that bad?
Why not find out for yourself?
No thanks. I think I'll pass.
Maybe you shouldn't do this after all, Bienfu.
You probably just want to hog the name all to yourself. Well, too bad. A real man never goes back on his word. If it packs a mean punch, then it's a rhinoceros beetle. And if it smells really zesty, then it's a stag beetle.
I don't know about this.
Just let him do it, Laffy. He's already volunteered.
I can do this. Just you watch. This smell is the most bad thing that ever batted it.
Whoa! He fainted with his eyes still open. Hey, wake up! Wake up, Bienfu!
Miss Mogulu, as soon as I smelled it, my nose literally exploded.
He looks like he's having a bad dream.
I mean, that's fair, Lazarus. Just for you, I will voice act a full game for you. I will join that community since my voice acting is amazing. Legendary.